welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're turning Czech Desert Pattern gear into OD Part 2. Now, if you watched our Part 1 video, and if you haven't, I'll put a link at the end of this one somewhere around here so you can watch that. We got some Czech Desert Pattern gear. We attempted to turn it into an OD camouflage pattern by the use of RIT dyes. And we had very mixed results, as you can see here somewhere. It turned the Velcro and the strap tabs OD green, the color we wanted. The rest of the pouch was completely unaffected. That's because these pouches that the Czechs use for their desert pattern seem to be made out of a polyurethane or polyester material. And for that you need synthetic dye. So we are here now trying to use that synthetic dye and go over the results. First, let's go with the formula that we used. We went to the RIT dye website, and for dark green it gives you a formula of 3/4 of peacock green, that's in 3 gallons of water, so you use 3/4 of a bottle. Use half a bottle of sapphire blue, or 4 ounces. And you use half a bottle of graphite, 4 ounces. In 3 gallons of water, that should give you a dark green color, kind of, you know, U.S. Army OD, classic Cold War OD color. And let's look at what we got. So the first thing we did is we threw in our grenade pouch that we had last time. Again, remember, all that did last time was turn the Velcro and the strap tabs green. Well, same grenade pouch. And as you can see, the only thing green on it is the webbing right here. The pouch it is a usable dull color matching kind of the environment, so it's a usable pouch. The strap tabs have become black. The Velcro here has also become black. Also, the material, while you look from this view, you know, it changed color, it dulled out, it's no longer a desert pattern that's workable. The material didn't take to this part of the pouch very well. Not exactly sure why. I was careful during the heating process and the dyeing process of keeping it submerged in there, so it wasn't like it was just floating on top, you know, and that part was sticking out. That wasn't the case. So all I consume is just parts of the material just didn't take. Now, as before, we've also done a video on turning British DPM Desert into OD. And I figured, you know, hey, if this formula works for one thing, maybe it works for everything. And that'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Unfortunately, now this is a pouch helmet bag from the British Osprey system. It started its life in Desert DPM. And here it's bluish, blackish, nothing. Obviously, in a woodland environment, this is more usable than Desert DPM. But you can see here 2 interesting facts. One, all the Velcro became black or blue. The straps kind of almost became the color we wanted, strangely. And this part of the pouch almost didn't take the dye. Lower part seemed to take it very well, but as you can see, this is blue. This is probably only good for UN duty. But not the result we wanted. And honestly, on the pouch here, we thought we could do better by getting a little more green. So, having put in 3/4 of the bottle of peacock green, we went and put the rest of the bottle in, tried it on another piece, and let's see what we got. And this is what we got in the Czech gear. As you can see, it's still mostly a desert color, just kind of duller. The Velcro has become black. The straps have become less tan. The dye, as you can see here on the lid, didn't take. On the back, the part that no one sees, seemed to work the best. Now, this piece originally, I'll throw a picture up around here somewhere, was the lightest of the lot. And I'm thinking that maybe the dye pattern when it was originally made was like the end of the lot or the beginning of the lot, or they didn't do that one right from the beginning, because this was noticeably lighter and brighter than all the other pieces of this gear I got. So this may be an anomaly. However, we're still wedded to this idea that if we can have one formula to rule them all, it's worth an experiment. And so we threw in another pouch helmet bag. And we got a more consistent taking of the dye, but even after adding more green, this is still blue, borderline black. Still much more usable in a woodland environment than Desert DPM, but obviously not the effect we were going for, excuse me. So what we did is we made a very bold move then. Grabbed a second bottle of peacock green and dumped the whole bottle in. So to review, at this point our formula is 3 gallons of water. It now has 16 ounces of peacock green in it, 4 ounces of sapphire, and 4 ounces of graphite. And on we went to our next piece, which was to throw in this entrenching tool carrier, which, by the way, makes a very good mag pouch for hauling 4 AK mags. The more you know. And it looks like it came out really good. Our straps here got the color perfect, kind of what we were aiming for, not quite as good. The overall pattern picked up more of a greenish hue to it. Definitely usable in a woodland environment. And so pretty happy with this outcome. So we threw in another piece of equipment, and voila, we got incredibly good results. There was no formula and change I should say. We didn't add or change anything. This just piece went in next, and yeah, this came out pretty good. This is a Czech map case. Started out its life in Czech desert pattern, and now here it is in our converted woodland pattern. The straps look really nice. I can live with the black tabs. It took very well the formula. The only place the formula really had trouble taking was here on the back, and since this is going to be against your body, who cares? Otherwise, this worked out really, really good, and I'm very happy with the results. So yeah, if you want to turn Czech desert pattern that's made out of this polyurethane polyester material into an OD based pattern, this has worked, because the thing I like about this, we have the greenish hue, but it retains a camouflage pattern, which is kind of nice. It helps break out the outline. Now, we're not giving up on our British DPM in desert, because we want one dye formula to rule them all. So since we have added another whole bottle of green, and on the Czech desert we got the results we wanted, we threw in another desert DPM pouch to see what the results would be. And here's what we got. We got a small utility pouch here, and the results were absolutely strange. We'll go with strange. That's a good word. Again, I think the only part we got that we really wanted, the color we want, was the strap here. The material took differently, and I don't understand why. It was a used pouch, so maybe there was a contaminant I wasn't realizing, even though I did wash it prior. This side seems to be almost became a solid color. Hints of green, but probably I'd say a greenish bluish color almost. And then over here, you can almost see the line where it took. And again, this was submerged, mixed up. It just didn't take in this thing. You can almost see the original desert right there. And then you see all this blue modeling on the top. The lid is definitely much less dyed than the body of the pouch. So synthetic dyes with non-synthetic materials, not really the answer. I don't exactly know what the British make these DPM pouches out of. They don't play well with synthetic dyes, but regular RIT dyes, they look really good. I'll throw a link here, another end card at the end of the video somewhere around here, of the video we did about turning British DPM into OD, where it worked really good with regular RIT dye. So, in conclusion, if you have Czech gear that needs to become OD, we got a good working formula for you, but it works just for pouches of that material. If you're just doing a whole bunch of broad spectrum of pouches, do a lot of testing. Make sure your formula is right before you throw everything in. Sacrifice one pouch to the testing gods like I did, and adjust accordingly off of that. We hope you found this video about turning Czech desert pattern into OD helpful and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in for future dyeing videos.